Hello, and welcome to The Growth Philosopher. We're on a shared journey of reflection, of growth, and of practical application. And today, we begin with a question that echoes through every waking moment of our lives. Can we truly control our emotions? Most people think of emotions as something that simply happened to us, a storm we are caught in. We say, I am angry, as if anger has taken possession of us. But what if that's not the full story? What if the key isn't in controlling them, but in understanding them? What if the first step to mastering our inner world isn't about stopping the storm, but about learning to read the clouds? This is the journey of emotional intelligence. It's not about suppressing what you feel. It's about understanding why you feel it, what it's telling you, and how to navigate through it. Think of your mind as a quiet room. But suddenly, a cacophony of sound erupts, the emotional noise. A frustrating email from your boss, a loved one's dismissive comment, the constant hum of social media notifications. It's so easy to be overwhelmed, to react impulsively without a moment of conscious thought. We respond with anger, with sadness, with fear, often without understanding the root of these feelings. But within this noise, there is a signal, and to find it, we must first learn to listen. The question isn't how to silence the noise, but how to find clarity within it. How do we distinguish the true message from the static? To do that, we need to activate our inner compass, a compass called not self-awareness, not self-awareness gain. This is the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions, your moods, and drives. It's about understanding your personal triggers. Why does that particular comment from a colleague always get under your skin? Why do you feel a pang of sadness when you see someone else's success? Self-awareness is the foundation of all emotional intelligence. It allows you to see yourself for who you are without judgment and to understand the patterns of your own emotional landscape. It's a moment of quiet reflection in the midst of the chaos, a moment where you are the observer, not just the participant. Our inner world is only half the story. The other half is the bridge that connects us to the world around us. This bridge is empathy. Empathy is not just about feeling what someone else feels. It's about understanding their perspective and why they feel what they do. Imagine standing on a bridge, looking down at the river of human experience. You see another person, and instead of judging their path, you try to understand the currents they are navigating. Empathy allows us to step outside of ourselves and see the world through another's eyes. It's the silent dialogue that builds trust and strengthens connections. And it's an essential skill for anyone who wants to build a more meaningful life. Now, let's move from theory to practice. Let's say a coworker offers a critique of your work that feels personal. Your first instinct might be to get defensive or angry, but an emotionally intelligent response begins with self-awareness. You recognize the feeling of defensiveness. You acknowledge it, and you ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is this truly an attack, or is it a suggestion for improvement? Then, you engage empathy. You consider your coworker's perspective. What might be their intention? Are they trying to help the project succeed? This shift from automatic reaction to conscious consideration is where real growth happens. It's in these small moments, these micro decisions, that we build the muscle of emotional intelligence. With self-awareness and empathy as our guides, we can now navigate our actions. This is where self-regulation and social skills come into play. Self-regulation isn't about suppressing your anger, it's about choosing your response. It's the pause between the stimulus and your reaction. For example, when you feel the surge of frustration, instead of lashing out, you can take a deep breath. Social skills, on the other hand, are about putting this knowledge into action. It's the ability to communicate your needs clearly, to resolve conflicts constructively, and to inspire others. It's about not just understanding the emotional current, but learning to sail with it. So, how do we make this a habit? How do we train the muscle of emotional intelligence? Start with something simple. Try keeping a daily emotion log. At the end of each day, write down 3 moments where you felt a strong emotion. What was the trigger? What did the emotion feel like? Another practice is mindful observation. The next time you feel an emotion, just sit with it. Don't try to change it or judge it, just notice it. Like a scientist observing a phenomenon, you are simply gathering data about yourself. These small acts of daily reflection are the fuel for your growth. They turn abstract concepts into tangible actions. We started with a question about control, and we found that the answer isn't in control at all. It's in understanding. Emotional intelligence is not a destination. It is a journey, a continuous practice of self-awareness, empathy, self-regulation, and social skills. It's a path that leads not only to a deeper understanding of yourself, but to richer, more meaningful connections with everyone around you. It is the true philosophy of growth. And this journey is not one you take alone. I want to hear from you. What is one practical step you will take this week to improve your emotional intelligence? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let's continue this journey together.